Can you help me? I need more energy. Can you help me?
So I just got done cleaning up my truck. Y'all see? Y'all see everything gone. All my stuff up there. All my cabinets is empty. Alright. Yeah, my cabinet empty. Let me turn this APU off. Mattress bare. Got nothing in the seams. Yeah, so I just stripped my truck. I swept it out. It's completely swept out. I ain't wiping down, I ain't doing all that. I got all my paperwork out of here. You know, it was pretty quick because I cleaned my truck out already. So I was just getting the rest of the stuff. Fill my car with stuff though. So yeah, I had me it's a 2023 Freightliner they gave me. You know what I'm saying? They had a tablet. They ain't got, it's still new. It ain't even broke in yet. So, yup. Basically a new truck. Oh, shit. It's raining. It starts pouring down. I'm about to run to my car. Yeah, it's an empty truck. So, damn, it's coming down out there. Man. Pretty hard, but yeah, I'm gonna turn off the lights in here. And I'll talk to y'all in a minute. All right, how y'all doing? Obviously, I'm in a new location. Then y'all saw my last time, y'all. It was a couple days ago, and I was in my truck. So I was in my truck. Y'all saw me cleaning it out, packing up all my stuff. And this is like 2 to 3 days later. Obviously, you see I'm in a hotel room. I'm with a new company, which I will get into later, and probably in a different video on the new company and everything like that. But getting into I got to the hotel, so I'm gonna address why you clicked on the video in the first place is why I left Variant US Express. So one of the main reasons I left them was the company didn't really seem organized. With Variant, a lot of loads, I would be on a load, on the way to a load, or I would get pre-planned for a load and it would just cancel. Or I'll already be at the shipper and the load will be canceled and I already have deadheaded, or I'm already there, or I've already maneuvered my way into the facility, and then they act like they have no idea what I'm talking about. The load's canceled, and now I have to sit and talk to dispatch for 2-3 hours trying to figure out what's going on and to get on another load. That was quite annoying because when that happened, you didn't get paid for the miles that you deadheaded. Like, it was no form for us to fill out. Like, oh, we actually have this amount of miles this week. It was just like, just lost that on the miles. Another thing about them, I was sitting a lot. I was with them for about almost 4 months, and I was sitting about 4 or 5 times. Like, it was to the point where I was sitting 2, 3, 4 days. Excuse me. I was sitting 2, 3, 4 days, and without a load, no one would give me a load. And then they had layover pay, but I never got paid layover pay. Even when I called and asked for layover pay, they never gave me layover pay. So that was a huge issue for me, was just the lack of work they was giving me. So yeah, that's another reason why. That's another issue. A really big issue I had was just all the sitting. It's a lot of sitting. They would give me a lot of loads that was like 300 to 400 miles. And then I would have to wait another 24 hours to get another 300 to 400 mile load. So the miles just wasn't there like that. The miles, I was probably getting like, at the best, I was getting like 2,000 miles a week. That was like, it wasn't that often that I hit 2,000 miles. A lot of times it was like, at first, when I first started with Variant, I was hitting 2,000 a mile. 2,000 miles, 2,500 miles a week, because they was giving me 1,200 mile loads, 800 mile loads. They gave me a few 1,500 milers. So, but then it just started going down and down. Then I started getting the 400 mile loads and 500 mile loads, maybe. And a lot of loads, they just kept being 500 miles, but then they would never assign a load. It was never back to back. So, say if I had a 500 mile load and I dropped off like in the middle of the day, they usually give me a load to that night, like 8 or 9 p.m. or the following day in the afternoon. So, like I said, the work wasn't really there. I don't know if they were shortage on freight or they just was not trying to give me freight in particular, but that's kind of how it boiled down to. Yeah, and that's basically what comes to mind about my issues with them. Yeah. All right, sorry about that. Another issue I had about them was the fact that they were really weird about home time. Like, say if I scheduled something I was on the road from the first, and I was like, okay, I want to go home on the 29th. I will always get home from my home time either a day later or late at night on the day I requested. So it was every time. Every time I requested to go home, I always got home really late or the next day. It was never on the day I asked. So I would get home at like 9 p.m. or later on the day I would ask, or it would be the afternoon on the next day. And I know sometimes like with trucking stuff happens or delays happen, but it was almost seeming like on purpose, because a lot of times when I requested to go home, they wouldn't give me the load until like the very last second. So like, say I wanted to go home on the 29th and I was like a 2-day trip away. So they would give me a load. They would give me a load for a 2-day trip on the 27th at night or in the afternoon. So, or they would give it to me on the 26th, but it would just be pre-planned. It wouldn't be fully available until the 27th. So I couldn't do anything until the load became fully available. So a lot of the time when I had home time, it was literally like, it was always either one time I had to go for an emergency, and that's another situation came up where I went to the shipper and the load got canceled and I needed to get home for an emergency. So I had to wait like a whole 12 hours to get another load to Texas, to Houston. So it was just the home time situation. But here's the thing though, they take sweet time getting you home, but they'll try to get you out back on the road early. So say if I went I have 5 days of home time. So say if I got home on the 29th, at 9 p.m. I'm not leaving. I'm not gonna leave until the 4th. Wait, for a second. Yeah, I'm not leaving till the 4th at 9 p.m. because that's when I got home. That's my 5 days. But they will try to schedule me to leave on like the 3rd at night, or they'll try to schedule me to leave at like the 4th in the morning when I didn't get home until I didn't get home until the 29th at night. So they were always trying to like cut into your home time, and they had a way, they had a scheduling system so that we could say like when we will be when we will be available again. But they always ignored it when it was time for us to get back onto the road. Like it just happened when I said I won't be available till 9 p.m. But they had me scheduled for a load at 11 a.m. That same day I told you I wasn't going to be available till 9 p.m. And then I scheduled it in the computer. So I don't know why they constantly they always try to get you back on the road early, but they always got you home later than you were supposed to get home. I was like, I want to get home on the 29th at noon or earlier. Okay, but why am I getting home? I'm not even dropping the trailer at the drop yard until like 10 p.m. You know what I'm saying? So it was just stuff like that. It really, really bothered me. It was like I felt disrespected because it was just like I'm getting home super late, but then y'all want to schedule me early to get back on the road when I specifically never even asked to get back out early. Y'all just started pre-planning. Like I would just get a pre-plan on my phone for a day early or 12 hours early. And I've been on the road for a month, sometimes over a month. And they would try to get me back on the road early when I ain't seen my family in over a month or a month at a time. So I just wasn't I wasn't rock with that at all. That did not sit right with me. I didn't feel like that was fair because why are you taking that time away from me and away from my family? So I mean, I understand you a truck driver, you away from home, but if I have an allotted amount of time to be home and I drove for you for over a month, I don't know. And I don't know if this is true or not, but it felt like they was adding time to my clock because um, it would be like maybe I don't understand the whole adding time back or whatever, but I'll be almost at hours like 70, a 70-hour clock, not my daily clock. My 70-hour clock, I'll be at like 3 hours. So I'm like, okay, I'm about to do a reset. So, but then I'll look at my clock. And if you have those newer ELD tablets, like the tablet People, I think it's called People's Net or whatever, it'll tell you how many hours you will get back in a day, the next day, and the following day. And it was always like just enough hours to get a lot of driving done. So if I had 3 hours left, it'll be like 6 hours and 20 minutes. And then they'll be like in 2 days, you get 9 hours and 15 minutes. So it was almost like I rarely did recess because it was like they was adding time. Eventually, it was a couple times I needed to do a reset. I had like 13 minutes left on my 70-hour clock, and it was still trying to add time. But I just ended up doing a reset anyway because I don't really see the point. I was like, nah, this is weird. I was just gonna take my reset anyway. And I took my reset and I didn't get pre-planned or nothing, but it's just weird. Like I don't think that's supposed to happen. So I'm gonna see if this happens with this company. I doubt it though, but it is I don't know. And another thing with this company, it doesn't seem like it was a huge opportunity to grow. I mean, like I would do a lease purchase program. I was looking into lease purchase programs, and U Express probably has like not one of the worst ones. I'm not gonna lie. From all the research I conducted, they're not even on anybody's like top 10 list or anything. They have one, but it's like it's $1 a mile, which is horrible. I mean, if you're a company driver, that's amazing money, but if you're lease purchase, then that's horrible money. It was just the truck pay. It was like first of all, you have truck payments weekly, then fuel, then like your own expenses. So then I basically did the math, and after all the expense, you will only be profiting maybe $500 a week to $700 a week, and that's even less me being a company driver for them. I was only getting about 900 to, I mean, at the beginning I was getting like $1,100 to $1,200 checks, but now towards the end I was only getting like $700, $900. So my checks was really small. But lease purchase, that I probably would have barely been making any money at all, and I can't. I have responsibilities, so that's not even an option. $1 a mile is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. So I didn't even I saw that and I didn't even like think twice about it. I just moved on. This next company, I don't think I'm doing a lease purchase. I don't know. I might lease onto them. I want to get my own truck, so I might just lease onto them in the beginning, just starting out. But this is just $1 a mile is not. That's not even. That's like just a little disrespectful. I'm not gonna lie. Especially for some of the places they be having us going, US Express. A lot of the customers and shippers was like, I definitely got some stories for some weird routes and stuff I've been going. And just to me, making $1 a mile is kind of like a slap in the face almost. So, but that is about it. I got some other stuff. If y'all want to see pay stubs, if anybody wants to see pay stubs, I guess drop a comment or something. I'll make a video showing my pay stubs. Some of them, not all of them, because that's too many pay stubs. But for any questions or anything, I guess drop a comment or something. I'll answer it or whatever. But that's basically my experience with them. I have other stuff, but I don't want this video to be too long. I just covered the main stuff. But yeah, I just covered the main things. So that's about it. Yeah, so anybody else has any questions or comments, drop them in the comment section below. If you want to, like the video, subscribe, I guess. It's up to you. But have a great day and have a great year.